Yeah, lifestyle, child of God. Let me see if this is working. Oh yeah, I'm live. Okay. Yeah, I'm live. It's the first time going live. Don't really know what to say. I had what I wanted to say before I walked in the house. I was driving, dropping the kid off here, and I was listening to one of my pastors that on YouTube, and he was making sense. He didn't really disturb my spirit because I understand where he's going with it. A lot of people are spending a lot of time online, especially the people that believe in God. And, we spend a lot of time online. But I know for me, I did feel convicted about it at first, but I was like, okay, people are making businesses online. It requires you to spend a lot of time online. No, don't get me wrong. The pastor is right. It's a lot of people just idling around too, and I idle. But, you know, I have already been said that I was going to be on YouTube and convert my lifestyle into a YouTuber. So it's so much time that goes into internet businesses, internet education platforms, just anything online takes time. You have to sit in front of a screen. And so I do agree with the pastor, but I also know that I hope he's taking that into account too. Um, but he was calling people. Well, let me not take it out of context. He didn't call people morons. He was saying people are morons, um, in certain kind of ways. You know what I mean? Like basically, he's one of the ways was spending too much time on the internet, but just people just saying misinformation, um, talking about the word, just he was just saying different things. And so I can't disagree with the bishop or the pastor. I do understand where he's coming from. I don't agree with everything. Excuse me. I just contradicted myself. I said I can't disagree with them. I agree with them and I disagree with them. That's what I meant to say. Thank you for allowing me to fix myself. Um, it just kind of is what it is. Okay, that's nothing. Um, like I said, this is my first live. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I have 10. And so I'm working my way up there. And all the real YouTubers have said, that I've watched. I've been studying YouTube for quite some time. But all the YouTubers have said, and I've watched, that you just got to start. And they're not going to be good in the beginning. You got to kind of get into and you got to find your niche. And that takes time. And there's just so many different ways to expand through YouTube or Twitch. And there's just so many platforms to stream on now. I just got to keep it simple for me, man, and do what I know what to do best for me. So, I love, um, Pastor, what I'm saying, but I have to disagree with him a little bit. I also disagree with calling people morons and fools. I mean, yeah, we say it, right, behind closed doors. We say it behind backs. We say it when people actually are doing stuff that's moronic. Um, but I think it's how you say it as well, right? That's always been what somebody who used to be very influential in my life used to say. It's about how you're saying things to people. And so, people can feel your anger in conversation. People can feel your sadness, triste, in conversation. And so it's about how you're saying it to people. And I think that I think Pastor wanted it to be a little bit kind of rough on people, as he did kind of want to wake people up. Um, you know, there's a book called Strange Gods. And so that's what we're doing. We have strange gods in our palms. We have these phones that we look at that have these apps that we worship these gods, strange gods. And even the computer, me sitting on here is a form of God worship, right? because we spending time with it. And the pastor really made sense. Where I do concur with him, is he was saying that we don't spend enough time with God. We're spending 6 to 8 hours doing this, 6 hours, and then we got the family, we got work. Oh, he also said people need to get a job, and I mean that I do agree with. Um, but what I say is that the new job is online. The future things are changing, and they're not the same. Trust me. Even in the industry that I'm in, where I have my business, you know, things are changing. Um, they're changing rapidly, so you just have to adapt. But I also would like to say that Pastor, people have, he was saying that people just go on tangents um, and this and that. He said people go on tangents about things that they should be going tangents on, and it just sound foolish. And dude, people are hurt. Um, you know, people. First of all, this is why I haven't committed myself to Christianity, and I commit myself to believing and worshiping the God of the Bible and His Son that died on the cross, a cross that they put on Him. Not that He chose that. Um, I believe in them and what they say. It's hard, and I was reading Luke 14. I forgot the last verse, the verses. It's towards the end of Luke 14. But Luke 14, and I talked about this on one of my other shows just recently. Luke 14, you got to count the cost of what it means to follow God. Oh, dear brother and sister, I don't think we count the cost a lot of times. And, I've been complaining in my head the last couple of days, but I've been doing good. See, the thing is, when you really have had trauma in your life, when you really had disappointments, and when you really have mental blocks where you're like, I don't know when I'm able to defend myself or not, because you can go to jail easily for anything. I watched on I just watched this the other day, but this 6-year-old girl, and this was on the news, not misinformation news as some people want to say. But there was this little girl, and she was 6 years old, and they arrested her. They didn't put handcuffs, but they put what do you call it? The plastic cuffs, the zip ties on her. I'm trying to tell you, it's just crazy what's going on. And so I just want to get out of that. I've been on here for 8 minutes and 30 seconds about. And so I'm going to get off. This is just my first live. Kind of touched a couple topics about the pastor and what he was saying today, and what I agree with and what I don't agree with about it. Um, what I do want to finish off with is always mental health stuff. And do what you need to do for you, family. Do what you need to do for you. I was listening to TD Jakes yesterday. Uh, what was it called? Holy Spirit, what was it called? It was called You Have Permission. It was good. It was exciting, and it was also convicting. And there's so many people out here with mental illnesses that are faking like they don't have mental illnesses. It's so many people out here who have lied so much in their life that it's caused the mental illness on themselves, and they just have to live in a lie. Perfect example, just off a movie, TV series, The Ozarks, the wife, Miss Bird. She lied so much, she put herself into a mental illness. Like her husband had to remind her, like, you remember, you had your brother killed, right? He's he wasn't actually missing, right? Because she started believing that, right? And it was crazy. But You need to heal yourself. Take the time to heal yourself, and it takes time. You might lose money doing it because you have to do stuff. You have to branch out. You have to hang with yourself. You have to encourage yourself. You have to be okay with yourself. You can't run away from yourself. And that was what Bishop T.D. Jakes was talking about. And you have permission. That was some of what he was talking about, a piece of it. So, mental health, part of that is also making sure you take care of your body. Your body needs to work out and it needs nutrition. You need to make sure that you're hitting your nutritional points, your vitamin D's, whatever minerals, vitamins that you're missing, you need to implement so that your body can maximize, certain, uh, hormones and stuff like that, productions and testosterones and, all these different things that are in your body. Um, and even Bishop, I was listening to Bishop Gaithers last night, and he was just making so much sense about why the body is sick. And it all has to do with the mind. Right? He was, for example, he was saying, um, when women have breast cancer, that the real spiritual root of it is more about unforgiveness and trauma and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that definitely makes sense because it's just things that people don't get over. They just don't tell you that they're not over them. And if they did, they'd be over them. So the question comes to be, do you want to be free? I always want to be free. I love being free. Freedom. I love it. Um, well, anyways, lifestyle, child of God. And I'm out. All right, I'm out of